You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, Black and White Sports fans, we need to talk about Karmelo Anthony. Of course, Karmelo Anthony is the young male that killed Austin Metcalf at a track meet. He took a knife out of his bag and stabbed it into the heart of Austin Metcalf. Now, Karmelo Anthony and his handlers and Nets Action Network, whatever it is, with Dominic Alexander, they went silent. We have not heard a word from them whatsoever. Last thing we heard, guys, is that Karmelo Anthony, he left his $900,000 home because of threats to him and his family. You see, folks, they were actually trying to paint themselves as the victim and not the Metcalf family, even though it was actually the actions of Karmelo Anthony that led to all this. He was in the opposing team's tent. He wasn't supposed to be there. He was asked to leave. He didn't, said, touch me, see what happens. And then it escalated from there. And Austin Metcalf lost his life. And then the Anthony family hires this grifter, Dominic Alexander, to go out there and speak for them. And he's done a very, very bad job. I would not be surprised, folks, if the Anthony family actually fired this guy. I mean, they really should, because he is not helping whatsoever. He has a long criminal record himself, but I digress on that. Now, folks, reports are coming out that the Anthony family were facing threats. Well, guess what, folks? It seems to all be a hoax. Yeah, a big old hoax. Because now they've gotten exposed, man. This is really, really bad for Karmelo Anthony and his family. This is not a good look. So let's go ahead, guys, and get into this. Check this out. The truth about the threats that prompted teen murder suspect Karmelo Anthony and his family to flee their $900,000 gated community home. Now, this $900,000 home that they were actually in, they were renting that. They were renting that home. I believe they were actually renting it for a while. Okay? Now, of course, his mother says that they weren't using the money that they actually raised on buying a home or whatever. But however, if you actually go and look at their Give, Send, Go now, they've actually changed the words around. Yeah, this money isn't going to be used exclusively for legal defense purposes. But anyway, look here. It says at least one of the threats of violence that prompted alleged teen murderer Karmelo Anthony and his family to flee their gated community home was carried out by kids with water guns, the Daily Mail can reveal. Wow. So kids riding around in a car with water guns. Super soakers, probably. Anthony, 17, is accused of murdering teen track star Austin Metcalf, also 17, during a track meet earlier this month in Frisco, Texas. The details remain murky, but the attack centers around a fight that began when Anthony, a student at Centennial High School, went to sit under the rival school's tent. Metcalf, a student at Memorial, the opposing school, confronted him and the pair started arguing. At some point, a knife was produced and Metcalf died in his twin brother's arms. Wow. Yeah, that's still hard to actually read right there, guys. But anyway, the case has become a national flashpoint about race and privilege, with the Metcalf and Anthony families subjected to online threats, swatting calls, and their addresses made public. Now, the Metcalf family has been swatted 3 times. 3 times. While Metcalf's family have shied away from the cameras, the Anthony family has spoken loudly, hosting press conferences where they say they're the ones being victimized. Yeah. Just days ago, they abandoned their $900,000 home in a gated community and went into hiding in an undisclosed location. Now, check this out. police records obtained by the Daily Mail show that Anthony's father called 911 last week when Anthony was still staying there after teenagers drove by with toy guns. Water guns, folks. Yeah, but it gets worse. Check this out. Frisco cops were called to the home on April 15th by Andrew Anthony, the suspect's father, around 7:51 p.m. after two Jeeps with teenage passengers were seen driving past the house through the doorbell camera. Within the first minute of his interaction with police, Andrew acknowledged the weapons the kids had were play guns. Water guns, folks. He further described the two Jeeps as having 4 passengers each, with both white and black males in the cars. Yeah, so it wasn't white people, just driving around, pointing the guns at the Anthony family. No. Even it says right here. Anthony also told police that the play guns were never pointed at them. The incident report says officers caught up with the kids. Quote, high schoolers were driving through the area with water guns, looking for their friend in the area to squirt with their water guns. Wow. Subject stated they did not realize Karmelo Anthony's house was right there at first, and they were only trying to find their uninvolved friend's house. Wow. So this prompted Karmelo Anthony and his family to leave the $900,000 mansion and go into hiding. Really? Subject apologized for spooking the residents and stated there was no intent to make contact with them. No offense or emergency at this time. Despite this incident deemed a non-emergency by local police, Anthony's families have been very public about threats, in quotations, they have received since their son became the subject in a murder case. I'm still trying to find the evidence, folks, of actual real threats. I'm not talking about like 2 people, on Instagram sending a bad DM. Okay, this gets played all the time. Okay. Also, welcome to the internet. Okay, you became a celebrity in the worst possible way because your son killed a person at a track meet. As far as Andrew Anthony, man, I don't know if we actually heard him speak on anything. His wife did. Okay. But boy, this is it. This is it. And Daily Mail did reach out to Andrew Anthony, Karmelo Anthony's father, and they got no comment. No comment whatsoever. Isn't this something, folks? But it does say here that both the Anthony family and the Metcalf family now have local police stationed outside their homes to ensure their personal safety. Now, where is the Anthony family now? That's the question. Maybe they'll actually go into to hiding. And this is a picture of the home they're renting. $900,000. That looks pretty nice right there. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. So Karmelo Anthony, a former football and track athlete, will serve out the remainder of his house arrest at a secret location. Yep. So there you have it, guys. This prompted Karmelo Anthony and his family to leave their home. Water guns by teenagers riding around looking to squirt their friend with a water gun. Yeah. I almost say, man, I almost can't believe this, but this is what it is, folks. This is a hoax. This is a grift to garner more sympathy, folks, for Karmelo Anthony, because really, guys, this dude has like no defense on what he did. Like none. All of the evidence so far is against him. We haven't heard one legitimate witness that has come forward and say, hey, he was in the right to stab Austin Metcalf in the heart. No one has come forward, guys. No one. But I'm going to leave it right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.